By the time I wake up, Olivia's gone. I check my phone for the time, only to realize it's 4 in the morning. I can't help but groan as I sit up on the couch, but instead of feeling horrible like I had in the past few days, I felt surprisingly well. There's no doubt that I have Olivia to thank. Hell, I might even be able to go to school today. I wonder if any of that soup is left. She probably left it in the fridge, right? I shuffle over to the appliance and open up the door, allowing my eyes to adjust to the light. It only takes a second for me to spot a Tupperware container filled with the delicious meal. Nice. I'll have to ask her for the recipe sometime. Thanks to Olivia's advice in cooking, I'd finally made my recovery and returned to school. And I'm glad to be back. I felt like I'd missed so much while I'd been gone. So much I needed to catch up on. I mean, I did manage to finish all of the assignments that Ben had sent to me, but I feel out of the loop with other things, like gossip about me. Damian tried to give me the rundown of it all during PE. I'm still in shock over how bad some of them got, up to cartel drug running and the FBI's most wanted. I didn't think that's even possible in just a week. Yeah, he's not Reed. The end-of-class bell rings throughout the school, signaling the start of lunch. As everyone in class is packing up their things, Mr. Iadakan speaks up. Alright everyone, make sure you complete the assignments by next class. You all have a wonderful rest of the day now. Oh, and Inco. I stop at the mention of my name as I throw on my backpack. Could you wait a moment? I have something I wish to speak with you about. Yeah, of course. Olivia looks back from the classroom entrance, waiting for me. Don't wait up on me, I'll meet you at the table with the others. With a shrug and a nod, Olivia wheels herself out the door and down the hall. Everyone else leaves the classroom until it's just Iadakan and I. Please, have a seat. I take the seat closest to Iadakan's desk, putting my backpack down as well. Mr. Iadakan himself gets out from his chair and walks around his desk, leaning against it. So, I'll be quick about it. I've got a job that needs doing. Up, you've missed assignments and need makeup work, and I need some extra help with something. Something I think you'll be very interested in. So good friends of mine are getting married in a few short days, and they've hired me to be their photographer. And given the excellent learning experience, child labor, I thought of you. Me? Yes, if you want to, of course. I could always call in some associates to help me out, but I thought adding in some extra credit would sweeten the deal. What would we be doing? There's a broad smile on his face and a distant look in his eye. Well, you'd be my apprentice in this case. You'll not only be helping me set up more elaborate photos, you'll also be doing a lot of independent shots. You mean I'll be taking my own pictures? Yup. In fact, you will be using my SLRs and lenses for this, to keep all of the shots uniform. The idea of finally getting to use something like Mr. Iadakan's $1,000 cave-on makes my head swim. So, what do you say? Interested? It certainly seems like a hefty task, even if Iadakan would be there to help us. Then again, Iadakan wouldn't be offering the job if he didn't think I was capable of doing it. This would technically be my first official photography gig, and a wedding shoot to boot. It sounds so daunting, yet enticing. I would love to. Alright, sounds like a done deal. It's after school today. We can talk about it more later. For now, you should be getting along to lunch. Thank you, Mr. Iadakan. I give the teacher a nod and grab my backpack. Just as I head out the door, my curiosity gets the better of me. So, who's the lucky couple, if you don't mind me asking? The school nurse, actually. The husband-to-be is also a good friend of mine. Huh. Neat. I make a mental note to give my well wishes to the nurse if I see her before the wedding. With that, I wave Mr. Iadakan goodbye and head down the hallway. Wait. Friday? But I was gonna practice painting then. Ugh, I already agreed to go. Even if I didn't, it's real photography. It's not even a question which I should go to, but geez. It's like the universe is conspiring against me to never stop drawing stick figures. I finally meet up with Olivia, who's waiting near the entrance of the cafeteria. The grassy green girl is leaned over, a sour pout scrunching on her maw close as she eyes the passerbys. When she notices I've moved into her airspace, she perks up immediately. Seeing the transformation is surreal, and I chew on my cheek to keep from laughing as I watch her muscular tail wag happily. Finally, took you long enough. Yeah, sorry that took so long. You didn't have to wait for me, by the way. I can manage waiting if it means eating with you. I can feel a smile tug at my lips just from hearing Olivia say that. Mind if I push your chair in? Using me as a battering ram through the crowd now, huh? Yeah, something like that. Alright, but only because you asked. But give me your backpack, I'll use it as a shield. When I grab the handles, Olivia moves her tail up to grab my wrist like at the arcade. Alright, charge. Yes, ma'am. I start marching through the crowd of unruly and famished teens clamoring for their daily meal. Olivia turns her head to me to say something. So what happened with Iadakan? You in trouble for something? Huh? Oh, nah. Iadakan just had a proposition for some extra credit. Really? What is it? He wants me to join him at a wedding and help him out with a photo shoot. Says he thinks it'll be a good learning experience. Ah, well, that sounds pretty interesting. Did you take it? Yep, could be a good way to hone in on what I know. Plus, that extra credit can help make up for the time that I was sick. You mean when you nearly overdosed on that cough syrup cocktail you made? Yeah, that. Seriously, who gave this kid codeine? Wait. Huh? What? I didn't say anything. Crowd's too loud here. The baryonyx chuckles to herself. I'm left rolling my eyes, letting her claim victory in this exchange. By the time we've got our lunch, it's a simple matter of locating Damian and Liz by the telephone pole neck. For whatever reason, they're at a more sequestered table today, and when we arrive, it's pretty obvious why. Took you too long enough. Yeah. I expected more from Olivia. Something more graphic. Instead, Olivia rolls herself the rest of the way, taking her designated spot at the head of the table. I take the spot adjacent to her, all while keeping a wary eye on the pink Parasaurolophus. It seems like Mia's rage against me has simmered down over time, but that air of uncertainty and uneasiness still wavers around her. The best I can do is act friendly. Hey, Mia, is there something that you need? Need? Nah, I'm just here to catch up with my good pal here. While the red-scaled menace turns toward Olivia, her own eyes remain locked on her soggy chicken she's eating mechanically. I thought you were asking Liz for her homework, though. That, too. Ah, right here, guys. A pair of soda cans are rolled down the table, and I thank Raptor Christ I'm able to catch both before they ram into my tray of questionable lunch meat. You guys were taking a while, so I grabbed the drinks today. No, you didn't. Mia gave those to you. Well, she did it because I thought about doing it. She's trying to bribe you for the math answers I helped you with earlier. Lizzie, I can't believe you would imply something like that about me. But it's true. Hey, free soda is free soda, man. At any rate, the real reason that I'm here is, say, Olivia, you leave your phone at home or something. People are trying to contact you all day. Oh. Olivia pulls her phone out from her jacket pocket. I catch a glimpse of her wallpaper, a comical portrait of guts that she'd probably doodled. Yeah, I ran out of service for the month. What the hell? You don't got a proper monthly plan? I got more important things to be doing than this, you know. If they want to see Olivia so bad, why send you and not just show up themselves? Shut it. Who's so important for all this, anyway? Who'd you think? Ben. Ben wants to talk to Olivia, huh? Why's he want to talk to Olivia? Is this 20 freaking questions? How the hell should I know what's going on between my boyfriend and Hot Wheels here? All that matters to me is if Olivia's gonna fix it or not. I'll think about it. Whatever. I'm out of here. Smell you later, Gator. Mia storms off, leaving Olivia looking very sour. Things go alright with Ben? Olivia rests her arms on the table and slumps her head in. I don't want to talk about it. Where'd her bright mood from before go? Well, anyways, Damian, you really shouldn't condone cheating, even with something as simple as math homework. But you helped me out with it. That's different. I helped you with it, and I think you're getting something out of it. Like the answers. What I mean is, in comparison, Mia's just trying to be lazy, and she's only cheating herself. What's the issue, then? What's the issue? Yeah, I get free soda, and someone you hate tricks herself into staying stupid. And everyone thinks they win. It's great. You scare me sometimes, Damian. Guess I'll have to ask Ben what's going on if I see him later. In the meantime, Olivia's disposition only keeps getting more and more dour. I try to think of something to help her cheer up, but I keep coming up with dead ends on what could work here. There's gotta be something. I can't just leave her in such a sour mood. Oh, how about that? Hey, so, what's the deal with your phone background? Oh, you noticed it? She flips her phone and shows me her background. Aw, it's a little doodle of guts. Yeah, I drew it up the other day. Got the curves just right the first try, so it's pretty cool. I'll bet. Is he with you today? Nah, I left him at home. How often do you bring him? Not often. Maybe once or twice a semester, and even then it's just when I'm bored. Although once he was just in my hoodie when I left for school. Unexpected. It was. Here, I got some pics saved. The screen displays the small creature, sat atop a desk with its skinny tail clutched to its chest tightly. I don't know why, but he holds his tail like that all the time. I feel Damian and Liz hovering behind me, their eyes locked onto the adorably fat creature on the screen. I don't know who coos, probably Liz, but Olivia rolls her eyes and swipes to the next picture of the cute pet, now in a transparent ball and looking confused. For the remaining minutes of lunch, we just sit huddled around Olivia's phone, entranced by her sweet little rat as it did the most mundane things. Yet, Gut's method of doing them was way too undeniably cute, and that's what really got us and made time fly faster than we could even notice. I blink a couple of times and stretch my arms and legs as I get up from my desk. Miss Prockling really knows how to make 40 minutes feel like 80. Well, at least it's time to practice painting, for real for real. Wait, no, Iadakan wrote me into the photo shoot. Can't practice painting, can't get good at anything. Why is it every time I try to actually improve, something like this happens? At this rate, I'll never get good enough to get a real following. I haven't gotten to actually have a whole afternoon to practice at all. Still, there's no way in hell I'm missing this. I ended up meeting with Ben and Iadakan right as he was locking his classroom. While our teacher made the assignment, internship, apprenticeship, while he made it all sound simple, I was subjected to some paperwork. Something about a liability waiver or something. You know, in case something happens to us, like a surprise attack by 5 teenagers in multicolored spandex. I wonder if that happens often. We still filled the form out as the instructor gave an overview of just what exactly Ben and I would be doing. There's few structures out here, save for one at the edge of the cliff. Ben's the first one out of the cramped car with an armful of telescoping black stands. I follow his example, unloading the vehicle. All right, you two, you remember what you're doing tonight? Yes, sir. After we set up the photo station in the corner of the hall, we'll be taking turns walking the reception and taking pictures of the guests. Perfect. I'll be with the wedding party the entire time. So if you need me, just look for the gaggle of similarly dressed women screeching and you'll find me. He grins as he helps to carry the last of the lightest equipment from the trunk. Remember this is actual work, so be polite, be efficient, but most importantly, Ben and I sit upright at attention and ready for any order our teacher will give us. Have fun. But, trust me, the clients will appreciate it more. Finally finished with the unloading, I inhaled the mixed aroma of ocean and flowers. While I find the scent energizing, Ben seems to have the exact opposite reaction. His brows pinch together in disgust as he tries in futility to fan away the air with one hand while covering his nose with the other. Ugh, I think I'm gonna be the sick one next with this weather. At least the view is great. That it is, yeah. Mr. Iadakan leads us through a small garden out front and into the reception hall. It's a spacious wedding tent adorned with all sorts of flora and high-end lighting, keeping the place warm and lit. Okay, you guys know how to set up here. I'm going to get to business. Yes, sir. He leaves us, stepping into the ongoing ceremony with a primed camera and tripod. Ben and I exchange a single glance before we both resign ourselves to the daunting task. First on the list is the telescopic stands for the cameras. From experience, it doesn't take us too long to get those in place. Next are the reflectors and strobe lights, all packed in heavy cases that have to be hauled inside. By my third case, I'm already exhausted. Shoot, I thought gym class would have prepared me for this. Bzzz. My phone buzzes. Might as well take a breather. Opening up the notification, I discover it's from Olivia. That's awesome. Hey, Shades. Hi, Olivia. You got your service back? Oh, I lied about that. Saw you leave with Iadakan after school. What's up with that? I'm helping him with a wedding photo shoot. You? At a wedding? Did Iadakan give you a better jacket for it? My jacket is cool enough. So where at? Teach said it was someplace called Clarkson Lookout on the way over. Wait, really? That place has a bunch of scenic views. If you see any good landscape shots, take one for me. Sure, if I get the time. No, do it now. So he took her a shot of the sunset. Thanks. I can't picture her thanking me like that in reality. The thought alone of her doing something in so sweet a manner. Inco, this thing weighs like 80 pounds. I'm not doing all the work. Oh, right. I let my camera hang loose around my neck while assisting Ben with the setup of the last of the standing reflectors. Setting up meant not only the camera, but a large chunk of the incomplete decor prep, which meant carrying out loads and loads of heavy cases loaded with strobes, reflectors, cloth sheets, and so many telescoping pole stands. Following his instructions, Ben had set up a small red carpet path leading to a glamour shot station. And meanwhile, I was finishing making sure that the marked out spots within the room had the right combination of flash and strobe and or reflector. By the time our teacher had come back, I just placed the final light in position. As guests start walking down Ben's handmade path, I skirt along the edge with my borrowed high-end camera. The DSLR clicks are muted compared to the shattering guests, and while I think I managed to catch some decent shots, I'm just not really feeling it today. Is something wrong with me? And voila! Ben was having a much easier time working the makeshift studio we'd built in the corner. Couples would simply walk up and stand before the backdrop of the massive window to the cliffside and ocean, and Ben had the brilliant idea to not only set up Iadakan's loaned camera, but also his own so he'd capture the couples from 2 angles at once. He looked happy with each and every shot he took, and the people always chatted him up right after. And here I am, doing my best not to scowl as I look over the blurry shot I messed up. Blurry because my hands are shaking. I guess I'm I hadn't noticed until now that my main messaging app had been going off. So is it going well? Hardly. I think Ben's turning it into a competition. Are you winning? No, not really. Beat him for me? That wasn't a real message. I try to ignore my phone for now. I don't think anything will calm my nerves at this point. That feeling of anxiety only grows as time marches on. I can't seem to get one picture just right, and Ben zooming around as efficiently as he isn't helping. Well, that's not all. Olivia's messages are just throwing me off. Just break his flashing stick thingy, lol, then his pics will be super dark. How out of date is Olivia to think we still use flash pans? Or lock him in a bathroom or something. I don't think that's sportsmanlike, or legal. Oh, I just remembered, I need another pic. Can you try shoving him into the wedding cake and taking a pic of him smashed into the floor? I need it for, Muse. The band? That. Do it for me? Pleading face. Come on, that's just violent. Just barely within my peripheral vision, I spot a perfect shot of an older couple, the parents of the groom, I believe. There, that's a good chance. I bring the borrowed camera up, look through the viewfinder, and see that the parents have already moved away and into another group. The camera slips from my grip, but luckily the neck strap holds it safely against my chest. Okay, I need a break. I find an appropriate place to sneak outside and go around the building, slumping down against the brick siding. It's really twilight now. The ocean's reflection of the sun is getting very close to meeting the real thing. My phone buzzes once more, and something in me jumps. It's not fear, though. I just wish I knew what it was. Olivia sends a video of Guts running around a maze she put together using cardboard and school supplies. When he comes out the other end, she gives him a grape to bite into in her palm. Ah, I was never really fond of rodents, but seeing Olivia's videos and little doodles are really starting to sway me. There's something about seeing Olivia having such a strong bond with Guts and caring for him that warms my heart. It's hard to believe that this is the same girl that used to give me nothing but icy stares when I first met her. I'm glad she feels comfortable enough with me to let her defenses down and be herself. As I continue snapping photos, my trek around the hall to find some good photo ops leads me to the stage where the DJ once was. Shame that I didn't get any good shots of him while he was there. Maybe Ben got some decent pictures. Looking through the camera lens, I see that there's a gentleman sitting on the steps that led up to the stage, finishing off a cigarette. There's someone over on the steps taking a deep drag of a cigarette and blowing the smoke up towards the window. A truly iconic display of suavity. Before I know it, I've taken several shots. He seems like he wants to be left alone, but he doesn't mind, right? Hey, kid. Yo, it's the cab driver! At least get my good side, will ya? Oh. I step closer, readjusting my camera settings and scrambling for an explanation. Sorry about that, I was unsure if you wanted the attention. It's alright. People say I got a kinda resting bitch face. Though I can't lie, I'm pretty exhausted, kid. Especially after I had to carry the new missus down the aisle all the way to the car. Ah, so this is the groom. So, you gonna take a photo or what? Oh, right, sorry. As I raise my camera, the groom takes a thinker-esque pose, taking a drag from his cigarette. After a few clicks and a couple of slight adjustments to my position, I believe I got some pretty good shots in there. There we are. The groom blows out a plume of smoke from his mouth before leaning over to see the captures. Smells like a Vegas hotel. I give the groom time to look at each photo thoroughly before moving to the next one. These are pretty good, kid. Managed to make this mug of mine look halfway decent. He lets out a scratchy chuckle as he takes another puff of his cigarette before snuffing what little was left of it onto the floor. Thanks. Say, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing all the way over here? It's your big day, isn't it? As the groom lets out another plume, he'd already begun to dig up another cigarette. Lighting the new cig casually, he begins to inhale it. And keep inhaling it. He holds up a finger as he continues inhaling until the cigarette is finished, and he finally exhales a stream of lung cancer, slowly over the course of 30 seconds. Sir? Course it is, just having a little rest is all. I mean, this has been the happiest day in my life, but it's tiring as all hell. The missus is certainly having fun, and yet in a few hours, when we're in our new no longer bachelor pad, I'll be listening to her as she moans about how sore she is. The groom lets out another plume of smoke, this time through his nostrils. But hey, that's the price I gotta pay, holy matrimony and all that jazz. Definitely feels like the groom is laying it on a bit thick to who is essentially a stranger to him, and yet I can understand what he means. You know, you've been going around the whole reception snapping photos, why don't you take a break too? He motions his hand to the nearby stages and available seats. I settle myself into the stage as the groom then fiddles with a small packet. Looking closer, it's a steel pack of cigarettes. Trent told me a bit about you, you know. Who? Your camera teacher, or whatever he's called at your school. Says you're a good kid and all, though a bit clueless. Hey. The groom lets out another guffaw as he cracks open the pack of cigs and plucks out a fresh cancer stick. His words, not mine. How do you know him? We've known each other for ages. He actually helped me meet the missus. Funny how that works out. Whoa, Mr. Iadakan was your wingman? Heh, he always hated how I called him that. I'd given him a lift to some field trip he had to chaperone. Dunno why, he could have taken the school bus, but as soon as I got there, I met the rest of his co-workers, including my would-be wife. Taro Prick tricked me into also chaperoning too, saying I could use the time to get to know her better. Jeez, maybe I should be asking him. Well, no, I can't. Can't what? Nothing important. Have a teacher tell you how to court a lady friend, right? Hey, no. Another one of his students? Your classmate? Yeah? It's not like that. Ah, come on, I know you want to talk about girls. That's always fun. Humor me a bit. She's just a good friend. The words taste bitter on my tongue for some reason. Sure, kid, sure. We got a few more minutes of quiet while Bridezilla and her maids murder fight over that bouquet. I quickly glance over to see a woman twice my age wielding a folding chair like it was a battle axe. Trent can't help you there, but I can. So this good friend of yours, what's she like? Well, it's a bit of a complicated history. Oh? I mean, when I first met her, she was very cynical and sarcastic. Well, she's still sarcastic, but in a light-hearted way. Even with her friends, she was a little distant. But when she's painting or gushing about some franchise of obscure anime, there's this unashamed excitement and passion in it. I haven't met anyone with that kind of energy before. Once you get to know her, she's just nice under it all. That everything? Well, yeah. I think she drew me carrying her once. Well, shoot. He slides the ring off his finger and holds it up to me. You want this? Sounds like you need it more than me. Kidding, I'm kidding. But dang, sounds pretty cut and dry to me. Never had a crush before? Not on anyone I know personally. Your folks together? Yeah. They love each other too, yeah? Yeah, I guess they do. You guess? It's complicated. They're around so little, I don't even know what their love looks like or how they interact. If they love each other at all. They've never told me their story, why they're together. Anything that would prepare me for the future was outsourced. As far back as I remember, whenever my parents weren't around, there was a screen nearby. And they weren't around often. Damn! Relatable. I've always had that little electronic friend in my pocket telling me how great I was at everything. That's been my only help to get through life. All the best ways to have the best friendships, hobbies, romance. But it feels worthless now. I'm not prepared. I don't even know if what this is love. This guy seems to think so, though. He'll help me out. I see him putting some words together now. Let me give you a little anecdote, kid. The groom finally lights the cigarette, though this time he's slow to puff on it. See my beautiful bride over there? He motions with the dull ember of his smoke to where the bridesmaids were still violently wrestling, and the bride acted as a referee. Even if we had never met, and this was a happenstance meeting, I'd see her over there, and I'd just know I love her. Yeah? Yep. Is that it? Yeah. Aren't you trying to give me a little push? Convince me that I like this girl? You're the one who wanted the advice. There it is. I thought you were gonna go on a bit more about love. Why the hell would I give a speech about love? I know what it is, you know what it is. But there's no groundbreaking advice that'll make everything make sense, and you don't need me to convince you. You're just looking for reasons not to believe in what's right in front of you. Oh. Break's over, gotta run. The man gets up, dusting off his pants and flicking the cigarette butt into the trash. Hey, take some great pictures for me, will ya? No more moping, you're on the clock. He jogs into the crowd to meet up with his bride. My phone buzzes in my pocket. What timing? I reach into my pocket and pull out my phone, squinting at the screen. An unread notification from our group chat. Shoot, do I have time to be on my phone right now? Maybe I can talk to Damian about this. He's known Olivia for a while. Ben and Olivia used to be friends too, right? Would he be able to help? I should probably focus on what I'm here to do. Besides, I don't want to let the groom down. But this is Olivia that we're talking about. I don't want to do anything without knowing as much as I can. I need to focus and finish taking these photos, or I should consult the others about Olivia. Well, he is here to do a job, but I'm just getting flashbacks to in Snoot Game where it was like, should you study or should you play the guitar? And the correct thing to do was to play the guitar, even though it seemed like the right thing to do was to study. So even though it seems like the right thing to do is to take the photos, I think the best thing to do is to consult the others about Olivia. I can't go into this without being prepared. I really don't want to let Olivia down, especially after all I've done for her. What kinds of things does Olivia like? Hell, what kinds of things do girls in general like? I might be able to find some pointers online, too. By the end, I can be a good boyfriend. I just need to figure out how. When I reach for my phone, my fingers brush the camera that's still hanging around my neck. Wait, I still need to take these pictures, so I can't just drop this entirely. And I definitely don't want to let Iadakan down, even though I'm not that good. Well, Ben's been on top of his game all night. Even now, he's still snapping up shots. I'm sure Iadakan will have enough by the end of the night. It's not like I'm offering anything crazy valuable here. I meander to the far wall of the hall and find a way to slip outside. Phone in hand, I scroll through my previous calls to find Damian. He'll have all the info I need. And he called me the other week to ask if the following day was a school holiday. On a Saturday. Aha! Here it is, just what I needed. And now as I listen to the dial tone, all I can do is wait. Come on, pick up. The cool evening air of autumn nips at my skin, with a slow breeze ruffling the branches of nearby trees. Some leaves are blown lazily off their branches, drifting with each other to a songless dance. I did always prefer nature photography. It's a lot less hectic compared to tonight. Hello, Payne residence. Huh? Oh, sorry, Mrs. Payne. I thought this was Damian's phone. It is. He left his phone on the table while he takes the trash out. One moment. Damian, sweetie, you have a school friend on the phone. Ah, Ma, I told you not to answer these spam calls. It's Inco. Oh, snap, cool, thanks, Mom. Hey, Inco. I can make out the frantic shuffling on the phone. What'd you need me for? Okay, just play it cool. Right, I wanted to ask about, wait, how do I even ask him this? Well, I want to be a better friend for Olivia, right? Uh-huh, yeah, I'm following. I was wondering if you knew anything else I should know. You know? The silence lets me know how stupid that sounded. Huh? Well, I think she likes anime, and soda, and the arcade. But didn't you know all this already? I do, yes. But I mean, like, anything a bit further than that? I mean, you like Olivia, don't you, Inco? I didn't say that. Despite the stiff breeze, I can feel my face burning up. Shut up. Say it. Say what? I don't need to tell you nothing. I got all day to wait. Do you? Damian, I'm serious. I need some help here. I'm serious too. Come on, say it. I'm not confirming or denying anything. Well, maybe I should hang up then. See you at school tomorrow, Inco, my man. Ah, damn it, fine. Damian? Yes? I take a deep breath and say it. Alright, I like her. Huh? Who? Oh, come on. Olivia. Huh, what? What about her? I'm not hearing complete sentences here. Screw you. I like Olivia. I want to know what advice you have as her friend. I'm serious. There we go. In all seriousness, I don't have much for you. I haven't thought of Olivia that way since, like, 3rd grade. I don't got anything game-changing for you. Great. But hey, I'm here for you, man. Just don't act a fool and start whiling out, you know? Not in the slightest. I'm saying, look, you're calling because you think there's some big secret here, right? I'm telling you, there isn't one, and that in itself is an advantage. You don't need to be focusing on, like, strategy. Just let it happen. Wait, does she know? No, I don't think so. I think she likes me too. Well, yeah, that's the long and short of what I got. Have you ever been in a relationship, Damian? A few. Nothing serious, though. Hey, wanna go to the school dance? That sort of thing. Never went anywhere, you know? Yeah. Alright, I should get back to it. Sorry to bother. Hey, call anytime, man. Thanks. Be seeing you. See you later, Gator Dater. I fight the urge to throw my phone into the brick wall. That was completely pointless.